Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, and salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. This lesson will be entitled Men Followers and Its Importance. Philippians 3 and 17. Brethren, be followers together of me. Apostle Paul is speaking. When you go into that term followers in the Greek, it means imitators. So what is he referring to when he says together? He's talking about us within the brotherhood. And mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example. So what is he meaning? All right. He's saying that you will have spiritual men leading other spiritual men with less experience. That's why you will have a spiritual hierarchy in the truth. All right. And at this time frame, it begins with the apostles and the elder Akim of Great Millstone. Because when you go into that term mark in the Greek, it means to set thy eye upon or direct one's attention to. Why? Because these are spiritual men, all right? And they act the same way Apostle Paul would act within the Spirit, okay? As well as when you go into that term in sample in the Greek, all right? It means an example. A definition for this term means men that are worthy to be imitated. How so? You judge them by their works. And at this time frame, look how long the apostles have been consistently doing the work. All right? So Philippians 3 and 17, brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk so as ye have us. All right? So not only Apostle Paul, but other spiritual men as well. All right? The apostles, the elders, okay? Which Salakia, and mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example. So it's extremely important to follow men in the truth. You can't get around it. And in any other profession, all right, you have men leading men. So why not the truth? Okay? Why did Yahushua set up disciples who later became apostles? Okay? These men led other men. And it's the same effect as of today. Titus 1 and 5. For this cause left I thee in Crete, that thou shouldest set in order the things that are wanting. When you go into that term wanting in the Greek, it means lacking. All right? Something that needs to be done. All right? And ordain elders in every city as I had appointed thee. All right? And the reason why you have elders in every city, because you need order. All right? Men with experience, spiritual men with experience leading other spiritual men with less experience. Okay? Point blank period. Let's go to the book of Maccabees and see how it's important to follow men. All right? Spiritual men, that is. First Maccabees 5 and verse 17. Then said Judas unto Simon, his brother, choose thee out men, and go and deliver thy brethren that are in Galilee, for I and Jonathan, my brother, will go into the country of Galiad. So he left Joseph, the son of Zacharias, and Azarias, captains of the people, with the remnant of the host in Judea, to keep it. Verse 19. Now listen up. unto whom he gave commandment, saying, Take ye the charge of this people, and see that ye make not war against the heathen until the time that we come again. Now, Judas gave Joseph and Azarias direct orders not to make war against the heathen until you get the go ahead from me. All right? Now let's jump down to verse 56. We'll start at 55. Now, what time as Judas and Jonathan were in the land of Galilee, and Simon his brother in Galilee, before Ptolemais, verse 56, Joseph the son of Zacharias and Azarias, captains of the garrisons, heard of the valiant acts and warlike deeds which they had done. Verse 57, wherefore they said, Let us also get us a name and go fight against the heathen that are round about us. 58, so when they had given charge unto the garrison that was with them, they went toward Jamnia. Then came Gorgias and his men out of the city to fight against thee. Now Gorgias was a mighty man and a friend of Antiochus, okay, and he was assigned by Lysias, okay. Verse 60, and so it was that Joseph and Azarias were put to flight and pursued unto the borders of Judah, of Judea, and there were slain that day of the people of Israel about 2,000 men. Verse 61, thus was there a great overthrow among the sons of Israel, because they were not obedient unto Judas and his brethren, but thought to do some valiant act. Now remember, Judas gave commandment to Azarias as well as Joseph. Verse 19, and this is the commandment, unto whom he gave commandment, saying, Take ye the charge of this people, and see that ye make not war against the heathen until the time that we come again. All right? Do you see the importance of following spiritual men? All right? Now let's go back to verse 60. And so it was that Joseph and Azarias were put to flight and pursued unto the borders of Judea, and there were slain that day of the people of Israel about 2,000 men. Why? Because they did not listen. He did not follow, or they did not follow the instructions of a spiritual man. Verse 61, Thus was there a great overthrow among the children of Israel, because they were not obedient unto Judas and his brethren, but thought to do some valiant act. All right, so they wanted a name for themselves. Okay, they wanted that fame. They wanted that notoriety. They were presumptuous. Okay, meaning self-willed. Verse 62, moreover, these men came not of the seed of those by whose hand deliverance was given unto Israel. And that is the reason why Joseph as well as Azarias died. All right, because it wasn't set up in the spirit for them to deliver Israel. Okay? The Most High did not ordain that. Okay, so not only did they die, as well as the people or the men that followed them to war, they died. And this is why, again, moreover, these men came not of the seed of those by whose hand deliverance was given unto Israel. Verse 63, howbeit the man Judas and his brethren were greatly renowned in the sight of Israel, in the sight of all Israel and of all the heathen wheresoever their name was heard of. All right. But do you see the importance of following spiritual men. So these fools lost their lives, as well as men that followed them. All right? Because the Most High was with Judas. The Most High was with his brethren as well. Okay? Such as Simon and Jonathan. All right? But he was not with Azarias and Joseph. And he proved that by allowing the heathen to take their lives. All right. Another strong point too. It states, 1 Maccabees 5:62. Moreover, these men came not of the seed of those by whose hand deliverance was given unto Israel. Let's prove that. When we go into 1 Maccabees 2:66, now the Spirit was upon Mattathias, okay? And this is what he said about Judas before he died. As for Judas Maccabees, he have been mighty and strong even from his youth up. Let him be your captain and fight the battle of the people. Okay, now the Spirit was upon Mattathias. Okay, and this was the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. How do you know? If you read the book of Maccabees, look at the acts and great wars Judas prevailed. Why? Because it was set up for him to do so. Okay? Let's go into 1 Timothy 5:17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. So it's extremely important to follow the apostles and the elder Akim. And you judge them by their works. Okay? Consistency. Ongoing. Perpetual. Let's get a visual. All right. This is the movie Troy. And this clip is going into Patroclus. And Achilles informed his cousin, okay, because Patroclus was the cousin of Achilles. He instructed him, he gave him a commandment not to go to war, all right, not to fight. And let's see what happened to him. And he's fighting Hector, Prince of Troy. See what happens when you are presumptuous? You can lose your life, all right? Because the Most High is going to judge you for being wicked. And I just got to bring it back out again. Let's go back to 1 Maccabees 5. First Maccabees 5:60. And so it was that Joseph and Azarias were put to flight and pursued unto the borders of Judea, and there were slain that day of the people of Israel about 2,000 men. Thus was there a great overthrow among the sons of Israel, because they were not obedient unto Judas and his brethren, but thought to do some valiant act. Moreover, these men came not of the seed of those by whose hand deliverance was given unto Israel. Lord willing, you are edified. Shalom.